different qira'ats of the Quran. Now the Quran is still one in the sense that that is the key source, but it's got different qira'ats, which is basically just a different modes of recitation, because there are so many different dialects at that time. So the angel Jibreel basically was asked by the Prophet ﷺ himself as to give him more dialects or more modes of recitation that it'll be easy for the other tribes to recite in. So it's still the source is still the same. So it's still from Allah through the angel Jibreel and to the Prophet ﷺ.
It does seem to be is it Uthman?
Yeah, Uthman. Yeah. He standardized
the Quran.
The Qurayshi dialect. Yeah.
So because there's obviously you wanted one Quran.
Yeah.
According to the scholar, it didn't actually work. So there was
no. It's not that it didn't work. What do you mean it didn't work?
Because afterwards, apparently there was sort of up to like 25 Qurans or something, and then
there's one Quran, different qira'ats, different recitations of that.
Yeah, but if that's the case, why would each time they go to such lengths to bring in these Qurans to get rid of them? I think the first time.
But they were already there from the beginning. I told you, the different qira'ats were already there from the time of the Prophet ﷺ himself. In fact, he was the one who asked Jibreel, the angel, to bring him more.
But again, time flows on. From when the angel Gabriel comes with your Quran, okay, but time moves on. So there's lots of different Qurans, and they get burned by often.
I think you got it all mixed up now.
Well,
the burning of the wasn't of the Quran. It was the personal copies of the people. So, for example, if they might have written the Quran themselves, or they might have heard the Hadith of the Prophet ﷺ and written it in the same place. So now many things were kind of mixed into their own personal copies.
So when that new Quran from Wa'thman was created,
sorry, what do you mean new Quran? I don't understand. Can you qualify that?
If there's other Qurans that they've heard that's been written down that isn't quite matching up.
No, it's not other Quran. So let me ask you this. There is, for example, if you witnessed a particular event and your friend witnessed that particular event, the way both of you would narrate it would be different, right? Even though it's the same event.
Yeah, but if the Quran is supposed to be perfectly preserved, that should happen surely.
No, the Quran is preserved, Mansoor.
Perfectly preserved, it should happen surely.
So, brother Mansoor, he has more information on this. That's why I called him. So, what you don't understand is the difference between the Quran itself and the qira'ats of the Quran. So the qira'at were also authenticated by the Prophet himself. So maybe Mansoor will be able to share. Okay. So he's saying, why were there like so many Qurans in the time afterwards, after the Prophet ﷺ, and not give to Mansoor?
Yeah, so basically, once Uthman's got his Quran out there.
Say again?
Once Uthman's got the Quran out there, which he's happy with, okay, I'm assuming whoever
all the different qira'ats he was happy with.
Whoever put this one together, that everyone's happy with. It seems like
the Prophet.
It seems like a few years later. There's
No.
a lot more.
What's your name? Dave. The Prophet ﷺ himself taught the companions the different modes of recitation. So it wasn't something new invented later on.
Okay, so basically, when Muhammad said it's come down 7 times, so when you got different people reciting something slightly different, and Muhammad said it come down 7 times.
Not 7 times, in 7 different modes, 7 different qira'ats.
Yeah. So that is. So how do you?
What's wrong with that?
Which one is the correct one?
All of them are correct.
That's very confusing.
Actually, let's start with you from your understanding.
He'll be able to explain. Mansoor will be able to explain to you.
Just inform us, what do you understand by the process that the Quran was given to the Prophet and how it came to us? Just briefly explain what you know.
No, I'm just, I don't know much about the Quran, as I've already mentioned to, I don't know where he's gone now.
From what you know, and then we can then address any concerns that you may have.
Yeah, I was watching a Muslim scholar talking about...
He's talking about Yasir Khan.
Okay, so...
Who did you watch?
No, well, one was Yasir Qadi and the other one was...
Let's start with Yasir Qadi.
Anyway.
What did you watch? No, it's not anyway, it's important. Because I think
because that's your main objection.
Sorry, Dave.
I got questions.
Dave, I would like to really get to understand what you know about the subject.
Well, I don't know a lot, so that's what I'm asking.
From what you know, remember you mentioned you've seen or you heard something about Dr. Yasir Qadhi, right? So, what do you recollect from what you know from Yasir Qadhi? What does he say?
There was a guy called Yasir
Yasir Qadhi, yes?
Yeah. So, just basically looking, i.e. watching his discussion online, discussing it was he didn't seem to believe that oral communication was reliable.
Where did he state that in his video? Stop there, one point at a time.
40 years after Muharram.
No. Do you recollect a phrase or a statement? No, sorry. If you have watched a video of a professor or a scholar explaining something, of course, it means that there's something that you have understood from it, which gives you the indication that yes, this is what he's saying. What do you recollect that he said that gives you the indication that, just be patient, that gives you the indication that the oral transmission is not reliable? Would you like to share? Because I've watched that interview too. So at least both of us have seen the same interview. So go ahead. What do you recollect?
Well, the way I look upon it, when I was a kid in school, just basically being a kid in school, so a little child.
So was I. Yeah. So no different between you and me here.
The teacher would play a game. And what you do is you write on a piece of paper something, to tell a little child something, and that child will tell the next person. And by the time it goes around, just maybe 20 kids in a class, by the time we got to the end, the message was totally obliterated.
Chinese whispers, right?
And so what you do is you show us what was she originally said. So it'd be different.
Sure. This is what Yasir Qadhi was talking about.
So I know you guys are scholars or
no, we're not scholars.
Very learned.
We are not scholars.
And missionaries
so,
or whatever, but
would you mind coming back to Yasir Qadhi? It's very important because everyone wants to learn now. Because you seem to have some issues and concern.
Yeah.
What of the statement of Yasir Qadhi indicated to you that the oral transmission of the Quran is not reliable as you stated?
Because of people like Chinese whispers, as it was.
Did he explain that way?
No, he didn't say Chinese whispers.
So what did he explain?
I'm not bright enough, to be honest, to gather all the details because I've already said. Okay, so I'm not saying anything. I can't say that things I don't know. But the questions I have for you, gently.
Stop, please. Dave, sorry.
Wait.
I apologize for interjection and interruption. I'm not going to move away from Yasir Qadhi as his starting point, and then allow me to make my point.
No.
Please allow me to make my point. With all due respect, you have stated that you have watched Yasir Qadhi. Now, I could ask you for clarification. Was this the interview that he had, or out of his? 1 second. Out of his. Excuse me, Dave. Excuse me, Dave. It is not fair that you just throw a name on the table and you assume that everyone knows what they're talking about. So do you have any concern from Yasir Qadhi, or are you going to move on to the next scholar?
What is your main objection with Yasir Qadhi's statement?
No. From what I've been told.
By who?
By the Quran.
Yes. Okay, let me deal with it.
It's come down to one. So with all respect, I was talking to someone completely different than yourself and other people.
Why don't you then speak to us now and we'll see what we understand.
So basically my primary concerns is, as I understand it, from listening, okay, and I'm not a scholar.
So remember, recollect what you have listened.
Let me finish.
Yeah.
I'll let you talk long.
Oh, okay.
As I understand it, okay, when Muhammad said 7 times, there's 7 ways of this presentation being done. So my point is if that's supposed to make it more simple, how is 7 times more simple than just the one?
Because for them, at that time,
without explaining anything, let's go to the bottom of the subject.
Okay.
So carry on.
But what worries me as well is when he went on to, I know Wachman, it might have been the 3rd caliph, is it?
Yeah,
is he the 3rd caliph? When he burnt Qurans, what?
Non-standard Quran.
That is, I mean, surely, I'll be funny, but when I've seen people get yelled at and protested at burning Qurans. But
different reasons, we both know that.
Let's not even...
My point is the Quran.
One is malicious, you know that.
The Quran's being burnt. Yeah, but this guy, for me, what this guy is doing, this caliph, it sounds malicious to me.
Why?
Because why would you burn Qurans? Unless you want to get rid of them.
But you said you have researched it, so why did he burn the Quran?
Excuse me, I haven't researched, I didn't say read, so you're putting things in my mouth.
No, but you said he burned the Quran, so you must have read something, right?
Well,
or you heard it from someone.
Well,
which one is it?
You know where I've heard it from. I was just seeing it on
so it's
YouTube.
hearsay mostly, yeah.
Okay, so that happened. Okay, to put the Quran smaller again. Then there's more. There's usually more Qurans.
There's too many already. That's fine.
In history, so then it gets codified into 7. So. I mean,
I think he's got the both.
It goes to 7,
that's fine.
to 14,
let him finish, and then we'll.
Apparently,
that's fine. We'll answer your question.
Apparently, according to this scholar, it goes up to possibly 50 at one point, around the 10th century.
Which scholar?
So,
Hashim, let him speak and see.
Listen, I just want to know why.
You speak to me, right? Because the brother invited me.
Yeah.
So speak to me.
Mansoor knows more about it, so I will delegate it to Mansoor to respond to you.
So basically, what I want to know is, it seems like there's a history from what I've looked at, like on YouTube. So if unless he's lying, that is a possibility, because I don't know the chap personally. But from the way he was talking, it goes from lots of different Qurans suddenly to being qualified into only a couple, into a few. Then it seems to expand again, and people seem to be Muslims apparently are quite happy with the expansion of Qurans. And then it seems to be put down to like 14. So, or 10, then 14. So, I'm just wondering what's happening. How does this happen?
Sure.
And why? Why does?
Would you like to know the answer?
Oh, that's what I'm asking.
Very good. So now let's go back to Yasir Qadi, because you've watched his.
No. Wait.
Why are you interrupting when I'm speaking?
Because I've asked
Excuse me, Dave.
He's answering you, but you have to give him the chance.
Try to behave in a civilized way. So I tried to listen to you when I interrupted you, and I apologize for interrupting in the beginning. So I let you speak.
Yeah.
You've made your question, and I've listened to it.
Okay.
All right? In my head, I've made points.
Okay.
Now, you started by saying you also listened to a scholar, and you've named that scholar, Dr. Yasir Qadi.
And there's another one called, oh dear. Sadai something, I don't remember his name, but go on,
No problem. You can remember this thing. I don't know who you're talking to, talking about, but that's fine.
Yeah.
So you've watched Dr. Yasir Qadi.
I've seen two different scholars.
Would you like to let me speak?
Yeah, I'm just saying. No, I just want to clarify.
Okay, two scholars we heard you.
I've seen two scholars talking about the Qurans.
Yeah.
Okay, so obviously they're experts in the Quran apparently.
Wait, stop there.
So I just want to know what's going on.
Stop there. Yasir Qadi, what is his expertise? Dr. Yasir Qadi.
I'm assuming he's
Why you assume? Why you assume? You should, once you know someone is a scholar. For example, there was a guy that's supposed to come here. One moment. Why are you interrupting when I'm speaking?
Excuse me. Questions. I just remembered something.
So go ahead.
I saw Yasir
What is his specialty in?
I saw Yasir Qadi particularly in an interview with.
No, I'm asking you a simple question. I'm asking you a simple question.
I'm answering your question. I saw that chap in a dialogue.
I'm asking you a very simple question. Very simple question.
But his highest level of education, where is it from? What university?
Brother, fine. Dr. James White, what is his specialty? Do you know?
Yeah, well, he's an apologist, particularly.
Apologist, fine.
Yeah.
What is his specialty of Dr. Yasir Qadi?
I don't know. Well, apparently he did.
Don't say apparently. Either you know or you don't.
Well, apparently he went to Saudi Arabia.
No, excuse me. Apparently, there is no such thing apparently. If someone is a scholar,
are you trying to say
allow me to finish my point. Excuse me.
No, are you saying you don't know who he is? And
No, it's not me that I don't know. I'm asking you.
Well, no, it's important because you're saying.
I know who he is.
Your question.
I know what his specialty is.
Dave, will be easier if you just said I don't know.
So here is the clarification that's needed. When you put forward Yasir Qadi as a specialist in the Quran, so I'm going to ask you once more, to make it clear, right? Hear my question. When people become a scholar and they specialize in a very specialized subject. For example, once you do your PhD, this is your specialization. And then you can further specialize within the field of what you've done in your thesis, right? You can further specialize.
Yeah.
So, do you know what was the thesis of his PhD on what specialty, number one? Secondly, what is his specialty that he understands to be his specialty?
Okay. Now,
you have the option to say no. I don't know.
What I want to know is.
I'm asking you a very simple question.
No. I want the simple answer. Yeah.
No, I'm asking you the question.
Are they right?
Excuse me.
Are
No.
they wrong?
There is no running away from this discussion.
No, there isn't.
Here.
Are they right? Or are they wrong?
Excuse me,
That's
Dave.
what I need to know.
Dave,
So you need to
if
tell
you are
me-
interested in a polemical discussion, you've come to the wrong platform.
Listen.
If you are sincere
listen.
and you're willing to learn and engage in a discussion in an
you're
academic
not-
manner,
you're not
and you
discussing it.
sincerely want to know about the subject, then you need to clarify this question.
No.
Do you know
the
the specialty of Dr. Yasir Qadi?
You are deflecting what I'm asking. I'm asking simple
Okay,
questions.
the audience who are listening, do you understand my question?
I'm asking.
Good.
I'm
So the
asking-
question I'm asking is, if I bring,
No. I'm asking questions about your history, chronic history.
I'm trying to answer them for you.
No, you're not. You're talking about Yasir Qadi. You're talking about all this.
Who brought him up? Who brought him
You're
up?
talking about everything.
Who brought him up?
Listen.
I will listen. But can you answer?
Everything.
Did you bring him up?
You are talking about everything other than what I've asked.
But I'm trying to answer.
No, you're deflecting.
How am I
You're
deflecting?
I've
Enlighten
asked
me, how am I
questions.
deflecting?
I've asked the questions.
Yeah.
You're deflecting.
Okay, can I answer now?
Okay, no, you're deflecting.
It appears he doesn't know the qualification.
Okay.
Maybe you can just tell him.
You are deflecting. I've asked simple questions
No.
about.
Never give them the answers. Let them do some homework.
Okay, I've asked you questions for you to answer those.
Right,
those.
let me now answer you.
So
Okay?
now I want the answers.
Let
to
me
those
answer you.
questions, not-
Let me
not
answer you.
deflecting.
Let me answer you. In support of your claim, you brought a scholar.
That's scholars. Two scholars, different scholars.
When you say two scholars,
Yeah.
you don't remember the name. You don't remember the name of the other scholar. But what is his specialty? You don't know, or do you know?
I don't know that.
Fine. So when you bring a support for an assertion or a statement that you make for a claim, and you don't even know whether they're qualified or not on that subject, we can just rest assured, leave them aside for the time being until you can demonstrate that in a court of law, when you bring a witness.
Okay.
Let me finish. I have not finished yet.
Wait, no,
I have not
listen,
finished.
you're deflecting
When you
again.
bring a witness in a court of law,
Excuse me.
You
I
need
have
to
not
stop
finished.
interrupting.
When you bring a witness in a court of law, and the judge wants to know,
Not in-
is the witness? Why are you interrupting? Why are you interrupting?
Because you're not answering the
I am
questions.
answering.
No, you're not.
So listen.
You're deflecting.
So in a court of
You
law,
are deflecting.
when a witness is invited to provide, excuse me,
Speaker's corner.
Dave,
You ask questions.
Dave,
and if someone reflects, if
Dave,
someone wants a simple answer,
the whole world is watching you.
I don't care.
You don't
Listen,
care?
I don't-
The whole world is going to judge you by what you are saying and what you're
the whole
doing
world
and how
is
you're
going to
behaving.
judge you by you not answering back to answer
But
simple
I
questions
am
about
putting
questions.
things
You have to let
straight.
him finish.
So let me finish, right?
No,
So-
wait. Just answer the question.
I am.
If you
Don't you
can't-
understand? I'm answering.
You're not.
So
You're
be
talking-
patiently.
You didn't answer.
So here is how I answer.
Listen, you're-
So, allow me to finish?
You didn't answer,
Right.
answer
So
him. He
when
said,
you,
this guy
when
not
you,
scar.
brother, please, thank you very much. I don't need any support. When you bring a support for your statement, an evidential support, in a court of law, let me finish.
No.
If you keep on interrupting, then you better walk away. Because you're not willing to have a dialogue in knowledge and sincerity. Because I can, if you are, then let me finish then. Okay, I take 2 minutes to make my point. Okay? What time if you want. When we want to support our statement, like in a court of law, when somebody says, I know this is what you're 2 minutes and you can't even, subhanallah.
Go on, listen.
2 minutes. 2 minutes. So when the court summons a professional, an expert for corroborating a statement or something with their professional judgment, they can't just bring Tom, Dick and Harry in the street to provide, say, I'm a cardiac surgeon and I know when this guy has operated, being operated on his heart, that's where the malfunction was or the error of judgment was of that surgeon who operated it. So I can tell you as a second opinion on an expert, the operation was done incorrectly. Let me finish, not 2 minutes yet. Well, what's wrong with you? Now,
Excuse me.
so,
I didn't say anything.
thank you. So don't just be agitated then. So when you bring support for your claims, an expert, we need to first understand, is this person an expert or not? You can't just bring any person who supposedly, is well known. I can bring, for example, Tony Blair, he's well known worldwide as an expert in the Quranic sciences. But that is not going to be acceptable. Why? His fame doesn't count. What counts is his professional knowledge and expertise. So, you started by claiming that you have a scholar who said oral transmission isn't reliable. 2 questions I asked. And I am not going to move away from these 2 questions unless you answer them. Or you say, I don't know. What is this expertise of Dr. Yasir Qadhi? In what specialty? Secondly, where does he say in his interviews or in his lectures that oral transmission of the Quran is not reliable, as you said? Those of you who have joining us late, go back to the video and rewind and say he made that statement. Okay. Go ahead.
Okay. Now, still, after all this, right? I was asking Muslim about what I saw. This is a simple conversation. I hope you find a simple answer. Okay. So now get Mansour. Is it Mansour? What's your name? Sorry?
Carry on, I'm listening. Why am I supposed to interrupt?
I'm asking what your name is. Mansour. So I get Mansour, so I asked him the same stuff, and what do I get? I still haven't got an answer. He's spoken for, 15, 20 minutes. But is he giving me an answer? I think he made a claim and he was trying to clarify your claim was incorrect. Is he giving me an answer to a query I got? Okay, so I don't know much about Islam, I've already said that. Okay, so I'm expecting an answer. And after a lot of talking and a lot of stuff, he still hasn't given me an answer.
Well, he's laying the platform. Your answer.
So why there's like 25, some point to 50 Qurans this particular chap was talking about in his dialogue on YouTube, and he's a Muslim scholar. So while I'm not an expert and I hold my hands up not to being an expert,
it's clearly obvious you're not.
That's fine. You don't have to be an expert. I've got questions from experts that still haven't been answered, apart from lots of deflections. Okay.
So what is the expert in, and where did he say what you said?
So ultimately, I still haven't. I don't know. You seem to be an expert.
Never claimed to be one.
I still haven't got an answer though.
So I think the discussion will soon end because you're waffling. Your waffling doesn't benefit anyone.
No,
I came to give you an opportunity. Remember, I didn't come and say.
You're not answering.
I am now talking. I am now talking.
Listen,
I am now talking.
You're not answering.
Dave, I am talking. So learn how to behave and talk.
No,
if you don't know how to talk, then perhaps you need to go back to.
I was hoping you.
I was hoping that you at least understand how we talk to each other. If you don't even know how to talk to people, then first lesson is learn how to talk. Second lesson is ask if you don't know. Third lesson is ask sincerely.
I have asked.
Right.
I was talking sincerely to the person I was originally talking to.
Right. Go ahead.
And the second person.
Answer the question that I asked.
And the second person I was talking to.
Dave, enough waffling.
Okay.
Now, what is his specialty?
No.
Do you know?
Excuse me. Don't tell me.
Do you know?
I'm explaining.
Do you know his specialty?
So don't say I'm waffling. Excuse me.
Do you know his specialty?
You're showing me disrespect.
Okay. Those of you who are listening, how many times have I asked this question? What is the specialty of Dr. Yasir Qadhi? And did you hear an answer?
Everybody watching, he still hasn't answered the question. He still hasn't answered the question.
Thank you very much. I don't waste the people, who come here for jokes. Sorry, people. I'm not a time waster for people who are jokers and comedians. I want to know what happened.